Hey you guys, I hope you're having a good week. Welcome back to this week's lesson on Become a Model, number 12, which I'm going to talk about training for becoming a model. And of course, you can do a ton of training to become an actor as well, and I'll talk about that later. For now, we're still talking about modeling. And I just have a couple of quotes to kick off the video. So one quote is, "We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, therefore, is not an act, but a habit." Aristotle. Another one is, "Results or excuses, you choose." So training is great because it helps you start to feel like a model. It helps you develop the skills that you need. And I'm not even a runway model because I'm not tall enough. But surprisingly, I have done several runway shows. So depending on where you live, you might have opportunities to be a runway model, even if you're not tall enough. And there may be other things in the modeling industry that you can do that you're not even aware of yet. Especially if you do the training for things, you'd be surprised what doors can open up. Training also gives you confidence. Getting kind of hot. Training gives you confidence. So when you're out there learning how to walk like a model, pose like a model, and doing the training that you need, it gives you the confidence to take on new challenges, to apply to castings, and to engage in opportunities that you wouldn't otherwise. So training gives you the practice of being a model. And part of becoming what you want is acting like what you want. So one thing that a great model would do is they would do training. And it says in the Bible, for example, that it's important to have many advisors. So even if you think you know what you're doing and you can practice stuff on your own, people that are more successful do have advisors and coaches and trainers. Now, with that being said, you can practice runway training and posing on your own, and you absolutely should do that. You should do test shoots on your own camera or your phone, and you can have friends and family or your partner take pictures of you. And that's a great idea. You should be doing those things, but you might also want to find some advisors who can help you. Trainings that I've done, I'll just tell you the ones that I've done. I did several trainings at Miss Fashion Global, which was a global modeling competition. I ended up getting selected to be in the top 10 for petite models, so that was really fun. That was really cool. And I got a special brunch and an award and things like that. But for the whole event, we did get to do several runway shows in a variety of outfits, including swimwear. So not only did I get practice during the event, but they also had trainings available, which I did participate in. One of the trainings I did was Joanna Margaret Grace's Master Runway Workshop, and she's from America's Next Top Model. And when you sign up to do these competitions or pageants or runway shows, a lot of times you will get these training opportunities. That one I did have to pay for, but it was totally worth it. Another training I did and this was by a woman named Angela Stix Adams, and she runs an organization called Christian Modeling Association. It was a 10-week course, and it was really great, kind of similar to the one I'm doing now, but of course she has her own flair. That one was really great. She asked us to do a number of different assignments. It was faith-based, so that's what that one was. I also did training with Zelda or Zelanette Polk. She's in Florida, and I did a fashion show with her at Lake Square Mall. It was a winter fashion show, and we did get some walking and runway training when I was there. So that was really cool. And when you sign up to do fashion shows or runway events, or any modeling event really, you're going to get practice and training opportunities. So that's why it is good to do some unpaid events in the beginning until you know what you're doing. At some point, you can put your foot down and say, I only want to do paid work, which that's where I'm at. At this point, I don't really want to do much unpaid work because I've done a lot of unpaid work. And thank God, I give God all the credit. Now I'm doing more and more paid work, which is great. But you do need to get yourself out there doing events and training so that you know what you're doing. Also, sometimes you might get modeling bookings or events where there might be runway walking with it and you didn't think there would be, but it ends up being that way. One of the modeling events that I did where I was paid really well was the Orlando Premier Beauty event. where I was a hair model, but I also did runway walking with it and with some other models. So that was really cool. I got to do both hair modeling and runway walking, and it paid really well. So if you're willing to take the time to do training and develop your skills, you just never know what doors will open up. And I want to encourage you because I feel like if I can become a model, anyone can, because I'm not tall enough. I started almost in my mid-30s, and the industry changes a lot. It changes as far as what's in, and now the industry is much more diverse, so almost anybody can succeed. But as I've said before, they do have modeling opportunities at almost every age range, for almost every type of person. There is something for everyone. At the very least, you could be a brand ambassador for brands on social media, but you're bound to find something if you're willing to do the training. Let's see. So I hope I've made a good case for training. And I would encourage you this week to just search in your area for modeling trainings in your area and write down 3 training opportunities and at least choose one of those trainings that you can do. All right, good luck.